There are people who feel too much, who carry emotions not just in their hearts, but in their bodies. They can't walk past pain and pretend it's not there. They feel the sorrow in a stranger's eyes, the tension in a room, the silence that speaks louder than words. Even when their own soul is worn thin, they still extend their hands to lift others. If you're like this, you've probably asked yourself why doing good feels so heavy, why your body aches when your heart tries to heal others. The answer might not lie in medical charts or logical explanations. It might lie in your soul. Autoimmune illnesses and unexplained physical conditions often begin where the words stop, inside emotional wounds left unhealed, stored pain, swallowed truths, buried battles. And if you've noticed that your illness showed up when your heart was overwhelmed, it's not a coincidence. Many people living with chronic conditions carry a profound emotional and spiritual sensitivity. They didn't choose it. It was placed within them like a quiet compass pointing to something higher, a calling they feel, even if they can't explain it. What if your pain isn't a punishment, but a signpost? What if this suffering is a part of your shaping, not your breaking? Chosen ones are often tested not to crush them, but to prepare them. You're not being weakened. You're being refined. This is where your real power is born, not from books, but from bearing what others can't, and still loving anyway. The kind of strength that feels more like surrender than force. The kind of wisdom born only in silence, in tears, in stillness. Those who feel deeply often carry the weight of things that aren't theirs. They absorb energies, unspoken words, unprocessed grief. They don't just hear others, they feel them. And in doing so, they become walking mirrors for the pain of the world. But without learning to protect themselves, their own bodies begin to scream what their souls can no longer whisper. Chronic fatigue, mysterious aches, pain without cause, illnesses that doctors can't quite explain. It's not all in your head. It's what your soul has been holding in your body for far too long. When sensitive people don't speak, their body does. When they keep the peace outside, it often causes chaos within, and slowly the body begins to break down, not out of weakness, but because it's been too strong for too long. Swallowed emotions become symptoms. Quiet suffering becomes illness. Autoimmunity is the body turning on itself. Yes, but what if the real battle started in the soul, when it couldn't release what wasn't even its own? At some point, your body starts sending messages. This pain, it's not yours, this grief. Give it back, but we don't know how. We've been taught to smile, serve, endure and put ourselves last. So the body does what we won't. It speaks up. It begs for rest. It asks us to slow down, to listen, to go inward. People may call it dramatic. They may say you're too emotional, too sensitive, but you know there's something deeper here. You feel it, it's spiritual, it's sacred. It's an awakening disguised as affliction. And when you finally stop running, when you sit with the silence and listen to the pain, it begins to reveal its purpose. Not to destroy, but to rebuild. Not to close you off, but to open something within you. The truth is, no one chooses to suffer, but some transform that suffering into a path of healing, for themselves and for others. Pain doesn't leave us empty-handed. It returns with gifts that can't be taught, only lived. Your empathy has grown sharper. Your presence carries a stillness that comforts. Your words now reach deeper, not because you read more, but because you've lived more. And over time, you begin to see your wounds differently. They become bridges, your scars become maps. You realize this journey wasn't just about surviving, it was about becoming. And through your pain, you've become the kind of healer the world doesn't even know it needs. This